And here we go again. The New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. 6-0 versus 3-3. Man, now this was a game. I'll tell you that much right now. Pittsburgh Steelers, this is a rivalry. Tom Brady in real life, his record versus the Pittsburgh Steelers is it's very, very good. He's a very high success rate against the Pittsburgh Steelers, no matter who's been on that team. Whether it's when they had Troy Polamalu and Lawrence Timmons and a young James Harrison, to even what they have now with Stephon Tuitt and William Gay and all them. Like, Pittsburgh Steelers obviously defensively aren't the same team that they've been historically, but their defense will get better over the years. But look at that offensive stats. We are definitely leading them and everything. But here we go in Pittsburgh. Terrible towels swirling and all. So Pittsburgh Steelers get the ball first. The first play, I think they ran the ball and lost about 2 yards. So Le'Veon Bell, man, this guy is definitely hard to stop. Like his vision is just, I don't think it's comparable. Nobody can compare to his vision right now in this league. His patience. The game even kind of for some reason it just seems to me like Le'Veon Bell is very patient in this game as well. So they really amplify that very well. But Le'Veon Bell, this guy is not an easy guy to stop. And then this receiving core is just ridiculous. The second best receiver in the league. I mean, really the only second best because Julio Jones is so big. But Antonio Brown, my favorite receiver. It's kind of hard actually. Him and Julio are both my favorites. Julio from Bama, so obviously he's right up there with me. But Antonio Brown, I follow him on Snapchat and see a lot of his workouts. His work ethic is just really fun to watch, and I love watching it. And then there's D'Angelo Williams getting carries too. I remember when he had that 1-2 punt with Jonathan Stewart in Carolina. That was a fun thing to watch. I think they had that double attack right when Chris Johnson and Landell White had their little attack in Tennessee. Those were both really good running back tandems to watch when I was younger and growing up. Okay, so we get him in a 2nd down and 10. Let's go! What the pick? Oh, you better not get caught. See, Deron Harmon. Oh my goodness. See, man, he would not have been caught. Deron Harmon would not have been caught, but that's just ridiculous. So we ended up getting 3rd down and 8 in the goal. We didn't do much after getting the pick. And there was pressure. Nobody was getting open. So we ended up having to settle for a field goal. Pittsburgh doesn't do anything when they get the ball. We end up getting the ball back. And we try to go deep, and it was a bad play call at the time. Stephon Tuitt. So we end up getting 2nd and 20. Not the most ideal down and distance, and man, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense could really stop the run. There was times where just run game was just not going to happen. And we got him getting a 3rd down and 20, but we of course have Tom Brady. Stand up in the pocket, hitting Gronk down the middle of the field to convert the 3rd down and 20. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Look at that. Step up in the pocket. Beautiful, tight spiral. Beautiful pass to hit Gronk. And so, all right, and here we go. Hitting, Chris Hogan down the field and beautiful 1st down. 2 for 3, 42 yards for Tom Brady. I don't really know how this my mic sounds right now because I'm using a different one. I had to get it for a journalism class that I'm in. And, we have to use it for some of our videos. We have to do some interviews. And, this is the mic I'm using. I don't know how it sounds compared to my iPhone headphones. But, okay, Brady hits Bennett. So this is where, later in the season we really want to start getting Bennett and Gronk both catches. But we ended up getting down the field and just settling for another field goal. Pittsburgh's defense really did well with holding us, and another sack for our team. Justin Coleman. We are going to definitely develop him and Cyrus Jones into the later because I don't know how long Logan Ryan really still has. I mean, I think he's a young age, but and you've got to be kidding me. See, that's another thing. Logan Ryan be getting a lot of penalties, a lot of defensive pass interference penalties on him, and if this keeps continuing, we're gonna have to let go of him. Like we need people that won't be detriment to our team, no matter how good Logan Ryan's been playing. The consistency of penalties that he has is something that we definitely have to take into effect. We did sign him to a new contract, but he'll definitely have some trade value. So, all right, so we continue. So Pittsburgh, after that big play with the defensive pass interference, man, that makes me so mad because I'm very good at stopping slip screens, but that one time I got caught up. So we ended up getting a 3rd and 4. All right, so we got him in man coverage. Cover 1, and Barkevius Mingo coming around that. Damn. That Artavius Bryant, he never gets suspended. Him or Josh Gordon never gets suspended on this game. All right, and here we go. And Le'Veon Bell. Okay. So Pittsburgh Steelers still driving down the field, having a very good drive. Can't really. You have to give them the props for that. So we got him 3rd down. Good defensive stop again. Bill Belichick's happy. All right. So we're going 5 wide from the 6-yard line, and Ben Roethlisberger. Sammy Coates. Oh, okay. Pittsburgh takes a 7-6 lead. And going in. So we ended up getting the ball. Did get diamond down the field until we got to, later in the drive. And we hit James White. Are you kidding me? And James White with the fumble. I guess that's great timing to happen. It's never good to have turnovers. James White, this is not very good. It's actually been a while since I played this game too. I've actually played a lot of the games and edited them, and I'm gonna be uploading them all here pretty soon. It's a pretty consistent sequence. Right now, I'm actually I think week 14 on the Dynasty as of right now. For as far as me posting this and me recording this, I'm at week 14, and wow, that was that was just a beautiful play, beautiful route, beautiful throw, perfect timing and everything. It was against the play I was calling. So we end up getting the ball back, and here we go, 2nd and 10, down 14-6 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we hit Julian Edelman down the field. Let's go. And well, that was another turnover. Sometimes, Tom Brady hits the players, but sometimes players aren't playing up to the level that they need to. And so this game was a little bit different as far as special teams for me because most of the time I was only going to be posting things that touchdowns or turnovers, but this is a really crucial play in the game. Some field goals that, especially the field goal game is different in this Madden game, and special teams like punts and stuff. So I feel like if that was a crucial missed field goal in the game to keep the score close. 17-6 isn't kind of score we'd really want. So it's still a 1-possession game right now. And Julian Edelman, wow, let's go with that conversion. 7 for 900 yards for Tom Brady. He's starting out very well. It's just players are just fumbling the ball and making it harder for Brady. And so Garrett Blunt, dragging people. Blunt force trauma. 6 rushes, 18 yards. He's trying to pick it up. Definitely trying to pick up the run game. trying to pick up this run game here. And look, there you go. We're just gonna, we gotta drive him down the field. 7 rushes, 26 yards. We gotta rush them down the field. We have to establish a run game. That way, you can use the play action game and get Tom Brady, getting those linebackers stepping up, so we can hit them from behind them. And here we go. So we're really trying to get this run game started, and well, that was completely a fail. It's hard to run on the edges against Pittsburgh. And so, okay, here we go. And Brady, staying in the pocket. Martellus Bennett down the sideline. 8 for 10, 113 yards. Brady just really trying to step it up. And we end up doing nothing after that play and end up sending for another field goal. But, you got to get the points when you can. And that was right there that was a good catch. Sammy Coates. They're trying to do this before halftime. Since the clock stopped, I'm not going to show them. They didn't do hurry up, so I'm not going to really show it that way. And boom, let's go. Barkevius Mingo with another sack. This man has been on a tear. 10 sacks on the season right there. He is on a tear. He's a very big acquisition on our team right now. And, that's a big play. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, very talented receiver, great route runner. I think probably realistically the best hands in the league. People would want to say Odell because he makes all those one-handed catches, but Odell drops a lot. So Antonio Brown, I would still say him or DeAndre Hopkins have the best hands in the league. And Antonio Brown again, right there. Another catch, 5 receptions, 67 yards. Antonio Brown is a very hard receiver to stop, especially the quickness and how fast he comes out of his breaks. He's a very, very hard receiver to stop. And okay, there you go, Antonio Brown. And then they're still going. And let's see how this goes. And they get a touchdown. All right. That was a beautiful touchdown. So we're getting the ball back here. And LeGarrette Blount. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Another turnover. This team's just not helping Brady out, So, yep, they end up doing nothing with that turnover. And another big time missed field goal by the Pittsburgh Steelers to keep us in this game. So we end up going into the second half. We end up going for it on fourth down because we feel like we needed some momentum, needed a spark. So we go for it on fourth down, our own territory. If we didn't get that, we would have been pretty much screwed. But we end up getting it. So the gamble definitely helped us out. So James White hitting Brady, hitting James White after that. I feel like that's really gonna help. Here we go. First down and 10. And Tom Brady hitting. Oh, okay. Defensive pass interference. I'm really glad they added this in the game because it happens. Happens more than offensive, but it definitely happens, and so I feel like that's best. LeGarrette Blount going down. Is not having the best game. It was hard to get the run game started. Like I said, Blount is sometimes hard to get him going against those really tough defenses. And Brady hits Chris Hogan down the field. So in first and goal, Patriots ball. And we get Dion Lewis with the carry, and nothing comes out of it. 3 rushes, -2 yards for Dion Lewis. It's hard to get him going. We still need to really truly find using our smaller backs. But then we hit Gronk to get down to the 5-yard line for the set up third and goal. It was a little bit too far to realistically run and get in the end zone, but here we go. And Tom Brady making changes at the line of scrimmage. And Tom Brady hits Gronk in the end zone. Another touchdown. Brady Gronk. Brady having yet again another good week. And it's really turning out good. So Tom, look at that. That's just good hands. He knows he's gonna get contact. The big mitts of Rob Gronkowski. So Pittsburgh Steelers end up getting the ball to have this 3rd and 7 play on the drive, and let's go. Sack Trey Flowers. This guy is going to be the vocal point of our defense as far as through this the processes of once we start the rebuild phase. Whenever Tom Brady retires, Trey Flowers definitely be a big vocal point in the defense. Him and Dante Hightower, as far as part of that front 7, that's really going to be big parts for us. And here we go, Dion Lewis, gone for the touchdown. Dion Lewis. Like I said, we need to get the smaller backs going against those smaller. Against those tougher defenses. Tougher defenses. That's a little bit harder for them to get a hand on those guys. And the 2-point conversion is successful to Gronk. But yeah, those smaller guys really seem to fit in those holes because Blunt is a big guy. So like realistically, for him to squeeze through holes, it needs to be a big hole. But it's hard to get them going. So Pittsburgh Steelers them do nothing after they get the ball, and we end up getting put in a 2nd and 13. Now we're 3rd and 13 because we drove down the field a little bit. You can see we get having the 4th quarter. Nothing really truly happened in that part of the game, and you've got to be kidding me. Actually, I think a lot did happen in that time, but I think we just traded field goals. But yeah, here we go. So Tom Brady fumbled because he got pressure. Nobody's really found open. So we had to get this going. But we hit Bennett down the middle of the field. Brady to Bennett. Brady's still having a pretty good game. 21-27. Only 1 touchdown so far. So we want to get that a little bit better going. And you had one job. Like literally, if you would have blocked him and then would have blocked the corner, it would have been gone. It would have been house. Would have been a house call. It just made everything a lot easier. So then Brady getting that pressure, but he stands up strong in the pocket and hits Gronk down the seam on the corner route. And look at 269 yards and a touchdown for Tom Brady. 4th quarter still alive and well. Garrett Blount coming down, 15 carries, 59 yards. Couldn't get Blount going. Not nothing like it was more of just like a steady kill with Blunt, but Blunt for Strama is like more of those he'll wear you down kind of running backs. But I couldn't really break anything big. And James Devlin, here we go. So in this drive, it was a very important part of the game. Very, very important part of our season, actually. So we couldn't get in there with a QB sneak. So it's 2nd and goal. And we try to do another QB sneak. And Tom Brady gets injured. I can't express how sad I was when this happened. I was terrified. Tom Brady is our heart and soul, the franchise. And Tom Brady still standing on the sideline. So, I feel like that's a good thing. I don't really feel like it truly matters on this game. But I don't know what they really mean by most of the stuff when you just stand on the sideline. But there you go. Pitch off to LeGarrette Blount. So Pittsburgh ends up getting the ball back, getting put in the 3rd down and 10 situation. Halfway into the 4th quarter, it's a close game, but no Patriots with no Brady. And we come with the sack from Rob Ninkovich. Very clutch timing. And so, we end up getting the punt around this place. We didn't really truly get a 1st down, but we tried to do a draw. I didn't end up wanting to throw Jimmy Garoppolo. And so we ended up getting put in a big field goal situation. And we got it. Stephen Gostkowski killing the game, with a 34-31. So Pittsburgh ends up getting the ball back, 3:29 left in the fourth quarter, and there we go. Beautiful play by Malcolm Butler. Clutch timing. Clutch timing. Malcolm Butler, really being the vocal point of our corners because he's the best guy. Definitely broke away from being that one-play wonder and Super Bowl hero. He's definitely established himself as a respected corner in the NFL, and we are definitely going to use that to our advantage. Here we go. Le'Veon Bell. So, 4th down and 5. This is do or die for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they didn't do anything. They actually ended up punting back to us. And so we get the ball back, and we can't get the first down. Pittsburgh Steelers ended up punting to us because I figured that originally that we would have been able to get a first down, but we couldn't. We didn't try passing it. We didn't want to. We wanted to keep that clock running. Didn't want Jimmy Garoppolo missing anything. So Pittsburgh Steelers on a crucial drive late in the game. And Antonio Brown coming in, making clutch plays. Ben Roethlisberger has been in this situation plenty of times. He knows how to handle these situations, especially if they're at home, got the home crowd behind him. He knows not to take sacks in this situation. And here we go. Ben Roethlisberger making the play call, making some audibles, making out of the play calls. And oh my God. Ben Roethlisberger doing what he does best and avoiding sacks. No matter how big he is limbo enough to avoid sacks. Now they got him a 3rd down and 3 situation. And here we go. And Antonio Brown again. So now they're going to try to hurry up. They're going to try to, they only need a field goal to tie the game, touchdown to win. And here we go with the pressure at the perfect time. Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers coming in hot around that corner. Like I said earlier, he's going to be a big focal point of our defense in the future to come. And they hike the ball and more pressure. This is beautiful defense by us. So they need 3rd and 17. Pittsburgh Steelers in a long 3rd down situation. It's not ideal down. And here we go with more. They couldn't find anybody. Alan Branch with the sack. And this is crucial time. We just need to guard the sticks. No penalties. Just guard the sticks. No penalties. And the game is ours. And they false start. Pittsburgh Steelers, they just weren't ready for it. It's a crucial down. Like, this play means everything right now. And so, here we go. We just need to be in a good situation. Let's hit him with that blitz. We don't want to give Ben Roethlisberger any time for those receivers to get down the field. So, we're going to bring the house. And we save ourselves. Eric Rowe to seal the game. 34-31 win in Pittsburgh. Terrible towels just swirling. But they gone. 34-31. Brady staying on the sideline, happy about getting the win. He couldn't be there at the end. But we ended up getting the win. And so that was a big deal right there to stay undefeated. 35. Look at that. Pittsburgh Steelers, you would have looked at the first half, you would have never thought that we would have won this game. So let's look at these stats here. 23-29 at touchdown, 269 yards for Tom Brady. And he was injured. Don't really know how it's going to go. 20 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown, and 766. 767, Gronk 589, and Bennett 455. Rob Ninkovich coming in hot, but Deron Harmon and Dante Hightower leading with the tackles. Sacks, Trey Flowers, Alan Branch, and Rob Ninkovich, and then Deron Harmon with that early interception. So those are some great times, and so that ends up taking us into the next week. But that was a great W. Um, and I think this is where everything has just really been upgraded. So look at all those upgrades. I don't like to use it. I'm going to use it until later in the season when I can possibly move people's development quicker. So we end up. Tom Brady is healthy, so that was a savior right there. Before you end up wrapping this up, I just wanted to say thank you guys. Anybody that's been watching this, thank you for getting the views. Plan on getting a little bit better. Plan on giving you more content. Probably here today. Sometime tonight. But yeah. And so here we go. We're gonna advance the week, and here we go. So I'll see you guys next week against the Buffalo Bills. Peace out.